Jordan, thank you so much for coming to court today.
No problem.
Now, this is a financial matter, but it's a bigger matter, and that's what's important to me, sir. You'd agree with me it was tough for Mum, right?
Yes. I've got an incredible mum. She's there for me. She's always going to back me up. If I'm in the wrong, she'll tell me I'm in the wrong, and she'll teach me new paths to go down in order to be better.
Couldn't have put it any better.
Thank you.
Can I ask you what you're studying now?
Public services. But I'm planning on going into an apprenticeship for a mechanics for the ambulance service.
As you may be aware, Mum is suing Dad. One of the complaints that Mum makes is that Dad hasn't been there for you regularly.
No. I recently had a motorbike accident and I tried calling him and nothing. And luckily I come off fine, but I could have been in a coma and he doesn't pick Mum's calls up.
What would you like to say to him, if you could?
I'd love to spend time with him. I'd love to go out and do stuff with him. I'd love to bond with him. I'd love to get along with him.
Over there.
Honestly, like, I want you to be there for me. I want you to learn something from this. Really
What do you want him to learn, please?
I want him to step up and be a dad again. And if he can, I'd love that. I'd make the world.
What does it do to you to hear that, sir?
That's upsetting.
Do you think you've let him down?
I have let him down big style.
What would you like to say to Jordan?
Jordan, I love you to bits. I've missed you. And if you'll give me that opportunity to be a dad and let me step up and get back into your life, I will.
Madam, I need to turn to your case because it's not about feelings, it's about money. And that's where it gets difficult. What you're effectively saying is that, look, you're not going to sue, because you cannot, for the years, and there were significant years, that Dad was paying his £200 per month. You're effectively inviting me to go back and say that he should pay for the first 5 years that he was not there. Madam, I wish I could do that. The problem, however, in law, madam, is that, first of all, this is a long time ago, and you failed to put even an informal arrangement in place or to go and seek the assistance of what was a government agency at the time. So consequently, in law, my hands are tied, and there's nothing I can do. So I would have to dismiss your application for £5,000, which is effectively what you're seeking. It's really, as far as I can gather, just a token amount to represent the time, money and effort that you put into this extraordinary young man's life for the first 5 years of his life. But there is a second element of your case which I want you to consider, which is this, and it's very helpful that Jordan is here. It is the case that Michael was paying for a significant period of time. That informal arrangement has no finite end, so I, as a matter of discretion, am entitled to come to a conclusion about when that should end. When do you say that should end? It has to end because, as a matter of law, your son has to stand on his own 2 feet at some point, and his obligation financially to him does end in law. When do you say is the correct finishing point?
When Jordan's no longer at college.
I take the view that you are correct. Now, I say that's my opinion because I can't force you, Michael, to make monthly payments. What I can look at is what the agreement was when you started making those payments each month. And I'm perfectly satisfied that you knew that you had an obligation to your son up until the point he could stand on his own 2 feet, or more importantly, until he was out of college. You stopped paying when he was 16 years old. We are now 21 months on and you haven't made a single payment. I'm satisfied that those payments were due. The order of this court is £4,200.
Thank you.
Now, I can't make an award to force you to continue making those payments. All I can ask you to do is to look at that extraordinary person over there and thank his mother.
Thank you. Sorry, but...
for the exceptional work that she has done. And I know it's exceptional because, let me be clear, I've dealt with young people that have had similar conditions, and boy, has it not ended as happily as that. He is an exceptional young person. You proud?
I am very proud.
Jordan, what you do moving forward is a matter for you. What I'm confident about is that whatever happens, you are going to go from strength to strength. Is that right?
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you, and I wish you the very best of luck.
And you.
What I ask you to do is to do your best to be understanding with Dad, just as you've expressed that to me here. Shows just how mature you are. All of this court is £4,200.
Thank you.
Whatever's happened in the past is water under the bridge, including with him. £4,200.
Danielle was awarded £4,200 of her original claim. Let's find out how both parties felt about their day in court.
You just need to be honest and not always have an excuse for everything. Just actually hold your hands up and take the blame instead of blaming other people.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I'm now going to step up. I'm going to be the dad that I lost years ago.
I feel that he's took on board how Jordan feels, and that was mainly what it was about.
If there's phone calls, I'm going to answer them phone calls. I'm not going to forget them phone calls. If he needs something, I will try my hardest to get across to see him.
And you're not going to put everything else before him?
No. Different person now.
You got to make sure you're there, though.
I'll be there, mate.
Got to make sure.
The whole time.
100%.
100.
I'm really pleased with Judge Rinder. I think he's amazing. I think he got his cards marked as soon as we walked in, so, you know, I like him.
There you go, baby. All right. We'll do it, right?
Yeah.
Promise.
Yep.
Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.